I'm Shantae.
And I'm Ernest.
And this is Madison. We chose adoption to build our family because I had infertility issues and we wanted a baby.
And we felt that adoption was the best way to bring another heartbeat into our family.
We found AIS through a friend at work. She did a lot of research and she adopted her baby with the assistance of AIS the year before. So I also did some research and we decided to go with AIS. For us, it was a very quick process. We came to an informational meeting on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 2018. And then we came back May 30th for our first meeting. And then after that, it was 6 days later, and we were matched.
We told everybody we was ready. However, we were not. I think some of the issues, at least from my part, was that I was always concerned about how the process works and what happens. And I think one of the best things about AIS was that you provided me with good information and also assisted me in a lot of anxiety I had about the process itself. I've heard horror stories, I've heard of scams, I've heard of a lot of different things, and AIS walked us through everything.
And also, even within the very beginning, in getting our book ready for the birth mom so we could be selected, AIS walked us through that every step of the way. Told us what to do. They helped us edit our book to make sure it was the best to be able to send off to an agency. We followed instructions because we were scared to do anything else. We wanted to make sure that we had the best chance to adopt a baby.
And it helped us, again, as you said, we listened. I knew or had to accept that this is not something that I'm comfortable with or that I had any knowledge or experience. So it was great to have someone at my side like AIS that made sure that everything was done best for our family.
Well, first of all, when we found out we were matched, AIS is on the other phone, and I kept saying, we're gonna be parents, we're gonna be parents, we're gonna be parents. And I jumped up and down, up and down, up and down. And then I called my husband at work and said, guess what, I have something to tell you, but I'll tell you when you get home. And what did you say?
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that for a moment. As most men would understand this, the last thing you want to hear when you're on the phone with your significant other is, I have something to tell you, but it'll be later. I was like, why are you doing this to me? I'm at work. You can't call me up and say, I have something to tell you, it can wait. No, I need to know now. You need to tell me now because now you have put that out there, so I need to know what is it that we are going to be talking about later. So then all I heard was we're going to be parents. So then my reply was, well, yes, we've been dealing with AIS. I know we're going to be parents. She's like, no, we've been matched. We're going to be parents now. I was like, oh, you should have said that sooner, but thank you very much. Then of course she was like, why aren't you excited? Because I'm in the middle of a meeting and right now I can't yell or scream or do any of that. So I will be home with you and we will celebrate later.
And then he forgot to say, and by the way, the baby is due September 18th. So we only have like 4 months to get ready. Yes. Meeting the birth mother was phenomenal. We'd spoken to the birth mother once before on the telephone, and that helped us get some of the nervousness out. However, meeting her, I was still very, very, very nervous. It was great. It was a feeling like we were family. We wanted her to feel confident in us, and we wanted her to choose us, or feel confident in her decision to choose us to take care of her child. And we think, from our conversation, from following what AIS told us to do and not to do, we felt very confident.
As the day got closer, it was almost like Christmas with that anticipation of actually meeting face to face. I'd have to say that once we got there, it was nothing like what we thought it was going to be. We talked, we We made jokes with each other. So we really bonded on that first meeting, and that made everything a lot easier. When we reported back to AIS, because they were just as interested in how the meeting would go as we were, and everything turned out pretty good. We had a good relationship. Everything leading up to that moment and past that first meeting really made us feel relaxed.
And also, we tried to find out as much information as possible about our birth mom because we want to share that with Madison when she gets older. We took lots of pictures with her as well, and I think that's very important that you have memories and that Madison will have memories when she gets older.
And I think that was also one of those things that AIS pointed out to us, because we were so nervous and caught up on a lot of things that AIS helped us with some of the things that we would want to ask, and even suggested, you want to take pictures of that moment. So we had our cameras, we took pictures, we shared pictures. So I think that piece, giving us all of those little tidbit of information, helped the meeting go a whole lot better than it would have without them.
And it was just nice to find out the things that she liked, type of foods she liked to eat, things she liked to do, because it made it much easier for us to have something to talk about as well. And it made it easier also when we talked to her weekly after that, before the baby was born. Let's start talking about the morning of when we got the call from the birth mother and the agency. So we got the call about 5-something in the morning. So I jump up and I'm getting ready and I said, "Come on, we gotta go, we're having a baby." I know we're having a baby because he's got sleep in his eyes. I know we're having a baby. I said, "No, we're having a baby right now, we're having a baby right now." He says, "I gotta go to work." It didn't click. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm packing." He said, "We're having a baby." I was like, "Yes, I'm finishing packing. We gotta go now." So we quickly threw our stuff in the car and we go get our birth mother some donuts from Krispy Kreme because she asked for those, and there's not a Krispy Kreme anywhere near her where she is in Florida, like for hundreds of miles. He drives to Florida. We got to the hospital and we were able to see our baby girl. We named her Madison. The birth mother did not give us input on the name. She did ask us if we had a name, and then she loved the name that we'd already selected, so everything was fine with her name.
Once we got our little bundle of joy, she actually just looked like a Madison to us.
And meeting the birth mother beforehand really helped us at the hospital. It made things go smooth, just like AIS said it would go smooth. We took pictures with Madison and the birth mom, just still more memories with Madison and her birth mother. And then the next day, same thing, we took pictures with Madison and her birth mom. It was just a great experience. The conversation was good because we had met before. We talked several times before leading up to Madison's birth. So it was a great, great experience for us. What was so unique for us is we started with AIS and we ended our finalization with AIS. They walked us through every step from the beginning to finding a match for us, or a potential match for us, and then we were matched. They answered all of our questions every step of the way, from the home study, what should we expect, what could be expected from a baby, from the birth mom, from meeting our birth mom, what could we expect, any questions we had, anytime, we could call them. They will email even on the weekends and they give us a quick response. All those things happened for us. And at the very end, when we called AIS and asked them, could we do our finalization, they said yes. So we ended up with our finalization at AIS.
Start to finish, we started with AIS, started our family and ended the journey where it began. So it was very fitting. Just don't be afraid. Don't be concerned about outside influences. If you're looking for a family, AIS can help with that. And trust me, you will love your new child as much as we love ours.